Well, this is a tough one, and probably the biggest project I've ever made because I don't really usually make robots or machinery. I am currently studying interior design, so this was out of my league. Well, let's get right into it. As usual, I looked up several images of the AT-AT or AT-AT. Actually, I don't know what's the correct pronunciation. Who cares? Let's move on. After finding multiple references, I had to trace the body so that I can get an accurate form of the base. This was the only time that I traced throughout this video. In other parts, I just estimate the sizes that I think it's correct. There are several details located on the body which shouldn't be a problem to deal with since their shapes are quite simple. You know, while making the details, this made me become much more appreciative of the people who designed this vehicle. And I noticed plenty of little things that I never noticed before, like the ladder located on the side of the body and several hatches located throughout the area. You know, it's those little things that matters. The next part is the head. Now, you can see that I use plenty of external plugins in Sketchup so that I can create something that cannot be done by using the built-in tools, or the tools that is already available in Sketchup. You can see that I use a tool called True Bend to make this specific shape, or using Join Push Pull to extrude multiple faces. This really helps me to work much more efficiently to do something that is practically impossible to do in normal SketchUp. Now, just a little tip: if you want to make a symmetrical object in SketchUp, you have to cut it in half and create a component and copy paste it to the other side. This will make sure that whatever changes you made will be applied to the other part of the object. This method really saves a lot of time. There are some parts where I couldn't see what's going on, so I had to just guess and did something that I think it's the correct shape. The rest is basically the same, just adding details here and there. Boring stuff really. I mean, I was also quite overworked because I was doing this along with college homework and assignments. So let's just fast forward to the end. Now, once I finished building the AT-AT, I export each body part separately into a 3D object so that I can import it later in Lumion. Now, the reason why I export each part separately is so that I can change the AT-AT into a different pose. So just imagine like building and setting up your toy. All I need to do now is create a scene in Lumion and start the render. And after hours and hours of render, here it is. Now, I gotta say, this was probably my favorite build ever, because I could play around with the environment and creating a beautiful scenery using Lumion. Some of the render I was not quite satisfied, but others are definitely my favorite. This whole project took me 6 hours and 40 minutes. Now combine that with all the homework and crashes that I experienced throughout building it, so you can see why I was quite overworked by this. Yeah. Well, enough about me. I'm looking forward to create more of this kind of stuff later in the future, now that I have a semester break. I don't know how to properly end this video, so I'm just gonna, see you later.